And this is
Chip's
Chip's
Garage.
Garage. Hey, new t-shirts.
Oh.
Check them out. Yeah, check them out.
Yeah.
Real excited about that. We're moving forward. Thank you to all our subscribers.
Yes.
If you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe below. Today we're going to get right into it. We have my 56 Chevy. If you remember, you can hit the link below in the description. I bought this a while back, and we did a video, and we told you guys we would update you. I got it back from Paint and Body. We tore everything apart. We learned what we had. We bought a bunch of parts. We got it to Paint and Body, and now over the next several months, I'm going to be putting it back together.
And it was a running driving car when you got it.
It was a running driving car when I got it.
Another thing is, we're over 1 million plus people that viewed us.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Subscribe to Chip's Garage, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Tell your
growing, and we have so many cars in Tampa Bay. You wouldn't believe the people contacted me.
True.
Now, and so if you're in Tampa Bay, please contact us.
Yeah.
We want to do your car.
Yep.
We want to do specialty cars.
Yep.
We love them.
Let's get into this because the viewers love to see it. Look at this.
Well, you know, it took 15 minutes for me to look at this before I could view it, or film it, because I was just all over it drooling.
Yeah.
Chip, you outdid yourself on this one.
Well, I got to give a shout out to Ron Miller.
Okay, yes,
he
please.
did the body work in the paint, and I want to get in right away. Again, keep in mind it's a tribute car to the American Graffiti 55 Falfa car. Again, that was a 55. This is a 56. I didn't say a replica. I said a tribute car. So don't get honest about it. Yeah. I just wanted something. I got a great deal on this, if you remember, and it was a running car. Yes. But I want to start pointing out things, Stephen. I'm going to let you run with some of this. Okay. But I want to show you the gaps. Let's really look at the gaps on this car.
Look that way.
Yeah, I mean, this car, and we'll go back here to the trunk, is unbelievable. Again, Ron Miller outdid himself.
Yeah.
And the paint. And if we can look down the side here, straight down the side, I want you to see how straight this is. And if you know anything about paint, you know that black is the hardest car to keep straight.
Yeah. Hey, I always say if you can see your Nikes, but these aren't quite Nikes, you've got a good paint job.
Well, come here. All right, let's look. It looks like a mirror. There's me and Steve.
Look at Chip's Garage.
It looks like a mirror. Go ahead, Steve.
I think we ought to have this logo with me on it right here.
Oh.
He was telling me about the wheels. He specially made these wheels. And it just, look how nice the chrome is. Look how beautiful. Most of the chrome on these cars, they're kind of yellowish here. They don't buff them out. They don't chrome them. And this is supposed to have a hubcap, but they leave them alone. It doesn't have one on the American Graffiti.
Right.
The trim, to polish this and fix it or get new stuff is expensive. So if you're out there, viewers, it's expensive. You better have some money before you do a project like this, okay? It's not like the truck we just viewed. This was a full restoration, okay?
Right.
Look at this around here. Now, it takes a specialty person to put this window in.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and my body guy actually had a new windshield put in. That's a new windshield. We did go with the little fadeaway on the top, right? Yep. I want to show you something about what Ron did too, and one of his specialties in, his cars. The whole inside here, if you'll look, underneath the fender well is all painted gloss black.
Wow.
Yeah, so really cool.
Okay. You can check, all the stainless is beautiful, but look at the hood scoop. They had one in American Graffiti painted just like this, isn't that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Now you put another hood on.
Yeah, but 1 second, I want to show you here. If you look down in here, you can see inside it is a functional hood scoop, which, to me, no offense to anybody, but I always sort of the fake hood scoops. Yeah.
And you took the emblem off, so it's nosed, I guess they call it.
Well, this is what you call a smoothie hood.
A smoothie hood.
Yeah, so there would have been a jet sort of plain looking thing here, and then there would have been a logo here, and under that jet, this would have been raised here and here to fit the jet on and flatten. Yeah, and so you have to get a whole new hood or have somebody redo your whole hood.
Yeah. No, you did it. You're great. Look at that beautiful front end. Look at the bumperettes and the chrome. Now, the chrome is a fortune nowadays.
A fortune.
And you got a deal on this, huh?
Yeah.
You got a deal on this chrome.
Well, a lot of it was a running car. A lot of this, like the bumper and the grill and a lot of the chrome was new. It came with the car. The car had front disc brakes.
Wow.
They did the tubular A-arms up front, which I'll show you when we get under the hood.
And we're talking about these cars. I remember for $25 back then in the mid '70s, $50, $100, all rusty. And they rust out here and they rust out on rocker. Same thing, rusted out because they didn't put any protection on these cars. These are drivers.
I'll tell you one thing, and again, some people are going to question, oh, it's a 56, not a 55, and you're doing that Falfa car. But we were talking about the 56. The 56, part of the shoebox Chevys, right, the Tri-5 Chevys, which would have been the 55, 56, 57, people either wanted the 55 or the 57.
Yes.
This car was an in-between and nobody wanted it, and it's getting very hard to find these.
We kind of compared it to the 67, 8, 9 Camaro.
Right.
Everybody liked the 67, 68 was nice, but the 69 was the big Mac Daddy.
Right. So these are getting very hard to find. I mean, for a four-door, you're going to pay 20 grand for a four-door. That needs to be redone. Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, look at the mirror. Door handles, very simple. Door lock, very simple. Look at this here. They even put the molding in here. Look how neat Ron did this. Very nice. Very nice job. It's not kinked. It's not just thrown in there. He had it for about 8 months, 9 months.
Yeah, around a year.
Almost a year. Okay. If you look in, it's not quite done yet. We're going to get to the transmission and all that, but most of this is done. This here is done. There's a few little things that has to be done. But
well, let me correct you on that, Steve. Only because we're actually going to redo the whole inside.
Oh,
so there's
I'm sorry.
yeah. Now the seats and everything are fine. We just have to recondition them. But there's new carpet, new seal plates, new steering wheel, new tack. We're putting a Muncie M22 rock crusher in this, and we'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay.
I'm putting tuck and roll door panels in the door. We got to finish the felt, so the inside will look as good as the outside when we're done. So yeah, I'm going to do a lot of work on that. I want to show the viewer something here that's really cool. If we can get a close up, look at the bow ties in this here. A lot of people don't recognize that, and of course it goes all the way across. I'm going to put a classic stereo in that looks like original, and I'm going to put my speaker behind the Bel Air here.
Bluetooth, all that. Oh my God.
Yeah,
the
Green
gauges,
Onion,
buddy. Play Green Onion.
Yeah. Hey, I got to show you this. I ended up putting there's certain things you'll want to do to your taste. Always do your car to your taste. I put this new rear view mirror, and you can see it, but I want to show you from the outside. And it's just a little touch that I love, because these little touches make a difference. If you can get a close up here to the mirror, look at the little design and ripples across. It's just a little touch. Now I do have, Steve, the Falfa hat, and I have the skull, just like the one in the movie, to hang from the rear view mirror, which will be in there when we're done. So
let's look over here in the back. What really I liked is the meat. Okay. The meat, we call it, the tires. He specially ordered these rims and had them made up, and this is about an inch away from here, which is perfect. But if you look, they're very wide. How wide is that?
Yeah, let's look from the back side. You got about 10.5 inches of width. So if we can get it from the very back, you'll see I got the widest I could get without cutting the fender wells. Yeah, so it really is. Now I also like the script here.
Right.
So again, I tried to keep the look, but I did it to my taste. This does not look exactly like the Falfa car. Ignore this at the time being. I'm going to go old school on it. So that's just there. But Steve, tell us about the rear.
Well, he left the emblem here, which I really like that he did. Okay. These are unbelievable. Not pitted. They're brand new. Awesome. And this is what, a California rear bumper?
Yeah, now remember, this actually came on the station wagon, this bumper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're very hard to get. So originally the license tag would have been here, and then this would have had the big bumperette, sort of like the front, sort of. And I wanted to clean it up, again, for the Falfa car. Yep, and it would have the lights on the bumperettes for the tag. But I wanted to clean it up and smooth it out. I did go with the emblem.
Yep.
But other than that, I just really wanted to, I know what you're going to do it.
My favorite. Oh, look at this. Oh.
I think to the left. To the left.
It's a little tight. There we go. Look at that. That is where you put the gas in it. I can imagine when this car came out, where he must have sat there for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Everybody must have figured it out or tried to figure out. You can't go on the internet back then.
Right.
It,
Right.
So this is amazing. Look at this. And like this, and boom, there you go.
There you go.
And these are kind of tucked in too. They're not out here like some
Right.
cars. They kind of tuck these in, which it looks good.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited about it, Steve. I'm really excited about it.
It should be. Well,
Yeah.
let's go to the business front.
Yeah, let's
okay.
look at it. I want to show in here, and we'll go look at it real quick. Now, this, I also, and think about these things, if you noticed on the inside, I had them paint the metal trim, the dashboard, that kind of stuff. But I also had them paint all the way around and do the whole firewall and the fender wells and up front. There's things I have to clean up and paint yet. That everything has to go back together. And again, we'll do another video on this, Steve, when it's done.
Yep.
You can see the hole for the functional hood scoop, which was all custom cut. Steve, look at how nice this is.
I know.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve. What are you seeing there?
You know, what amazes me is these front ends were so modern back then. They still use them,
Yeah.
with upper lower A-frames. And it's just amazing how modern it was. But he put tubular A-frames out front and rear and disc brakes up front. So it's going to handle nice.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a little bit more lighter weight and all. But you got your power steering. We got the spaghetti of wiring you got to fix. The brakes, all this. But this will all be cleaned up. I'm going to assist him and help him with it.
Right.
And,
And look at here.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, not too close, but
yeah.
we got the
tag.
original tag on it and everything. And
You can-
so,
You can look down there, the mounts aren't rusted or nothing. This car is a very solid
yeah.
car.
Well, from a metal standpoint, all the metal work was done and everything was done in metal. Very important. Be careful when you use a body shop. A lot of them just fill it full of filler and all kinds of stuff. But this car is all metal and it's as solid as you're going to find.
Well, a couple of spots they had some mud in it, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
But
yeah,
they dug it
yeah,
out and metaled it, yeah.
So let's get to the
let's get to
business
this.
here. Go ahead.
Oh my God, what is a 327?
Well, no, this is a 350 bored out, so it's a 355, 30 over.
Okay.
Yep, and we got 3 Demon carburetors.
That's Barry Grant,
Three,
huh?
Barry Grant.
Barry Grant.
Now, let me tell you, you brought that up, and you viewers that appreciate that, that's a Barry Grant intake.
Oh, Barry Grant.
So it's the intake, the carburetors, came with the linkage, it came with the air cleaner, but it actually says underneath the intake, Barry Grant in metal.
I knew him.
Yeah, really?
Back in the 70s, I worked at Chevrolet, Ross Chevrolet in St. Pete, and he used to be a customer come in, and he was friends of a friend, worked at a gas station. He had a Super Sport Chevelle that he made into Obsession. And he drove this car in. It was beautiful, all original, and he cut it all up. And I got some of the parts off her from my Chevelle.
Yeah.
But he used to work at Florida Power.
Yeah.
And people say, "Oh, you're gonna lose out." The guy made a fortune on
Yeah.
carburetors. You know?
Well, anyway, that's very rare to actually have, in metal, it's engraved in, right?
Yeah.
Barry Grant in the bottom of
Oh,
these.
yeah.
Let me point out a couple of things. These are actual valve covers from the 70s. Mickey Thompson valve covers with Chevrolet on it.
Wow.
Again, I did everything to taste, so I went with sort of the old rimmed out,
everything's smooth.
right? And here's another thing. We went with the Ram's horn exhaust, and this is actually a 1960s Cow custom oil pan.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so very old school, right? To go with, the old car, right? The old look on the car.
Now, when you're putting an engine together like this, you want to make sure you got the right ram horns or right dump exhaust. See, the frame is forward on these because right here, there's a mount that's supposed to go here and bolt here in some of these old cars. You got plenty of room back here, but if your frame is here, you can't have a center dump. So
That's right.
Before you build a car like this, if you want to put these original on, you got to know which ones you want, either rear dump, middle dump.
Great point.
Right.
We used all ARP bolts. You can see here. Build them. If you're going to build them right. This engine's going to be 425, 450
What is that,
horsepower.
Larry cam?
We put a I want to say comp cam.
Comp cam? Okay.
Yeah, we got a comp cam in, roller rockers, roller timing chain, all that kind of stuff. So new lifters. By the way, when you buy a cam and lifter and rocker setup, buy them together.
Yeah.
And buy the insurance on them because you can pay a little
really?
extra. Yeah, because there's a lot of problems with cams now. And if you get a bad cam, if you didn't get the insurance, it's your problem. Okay. But if you did, they replace everything for you. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Good for the viewers.
Yeah, because some of the stuff's coming out of different countries.
Aluminum?
Yep.
Aluminum water pump, aluminum housing, a little lightweight, but he's got these beautiful brackets for alternator. And what, you gonna have air?
No.
No. Okay, he's gonna go old school.
Be all
Nice
serious.
Harmonic balancer.
Yep,
And
new
make
harmonic balancer.
And make sure you know what kind of engine you have, because they have 400s that are different than 350s, 327s and all. Like some of them have a thin balancer or harmonic balancer.
Yep.
Some have a thick one, and then the 400s are totally different. They're balanced on the outside.
Yep.
Okay, and my buddy's having problems now with a 400 he bought,
Yep.
and it's shaking.
Yep.
So you got to know. Just run the numbers right there. Just take your phone out and put the numbers, and it'll tell you everything. If there's no numbers on it, be careful.
Absolutely. Another thing is the water pump. You got a shorty water pump, which is shorter this way, and then you got a longer water pump. So again, know your setup. I'm putting an aluminum radiator in it, want to run cool. I live in Florida, so know what you're doing. I also want to point these out. And we talked about the ARP bolts. These are the actual studs that come up. These would have had bolts that ran down in, Steve, but there's only 4 of them, as you can see on a Chevy. And so you put the studs in the block, and then you do the nuts down. Much easier putting in and off. They'll last forever, much stronger, that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm a big fan of studs. I will stud anything.
Be careful how you say that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, Studly, yeah. Anyways, I'm a big fan of putting studs in a block, because it really becomes one, especially my flatheads.
Yeah.
Anything aluminum or anything. If you have something aluminum and you keep taking it in and out, it's going to wear that hole eventually. If you stud it, it's done.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep. Let's move over here real quick. I want to point this out if we can get a close up. Here's the M22 rock crusher. You can see here it's got the numbers. It's a wide ratio for the heavier car. Although those cars are only run about 3,400 pounds, which I'm surprised about, but those are getting hard to get. It's been all rebuilt everything. You know what this is called?
Yes. As a matter of fact, not a lot of viewers would know, but that's a lacing that goes around your between your headliner and your body.
No, well, it's your actual doors.
Yeah,
they used it around the doors and the interior, and it's called windlace.
Windlace, yeah.
Windlace, and that's exactly what it would have looked like back in the door, around the doors. It's pretty cool looking. It adds
not rubber, it's just the fabric.
Right, yeah, it's just fabric filled with like a foam, I think. So here's some parts we got for it. We're just going to show you where we're headed with this thing. So there's the old school, and that's for the bench seat. It's called a split bench seat, so you need it to come out and around where you can do it. Yeah, those are getting hard.
Hey, look. Viewers, did you see this? Hey.
I'm going with the old T-handle Hearse shifter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can sort of see what it looks like in there. And of course, I'm putting a new boot, and I'm doing all that. Yeah, now, you know what this is? Goes in between the taillights and the body.
Okay.
Yeah, and most people, it goes away. They never put it there. You don't really realize it, but I'm restoring it properly. So.
Awesome. Let me put this down.
Yeah. Now, this is the competition Hearse shifter, which, of course, this goes on and this goes on. And we rebuilt this. You can buy the rebuild kits. So it's a Competition Plus Hearse, and it's all rebuilt and ready to go.
This here
Good.
key is to put it in neutral to synchronize everything, all your rods.
Yep.
Because you have 3 rods, reverse, first, second, third, fourth. And if you don't synchronize it, it's not gonna shift right. You might bang a gear, you might bang 2 gears.
Synchronizing this to the arms on the transmission, and when you have that in, you remove that, of course, once you're done. And that's right, Steve. Now, this is very important. I want to point it out, because there's your plate that goes on the side of your transmission. Depending on your car, and depending on your shifter, and depending on your transmission, this is different. They have a bunch of different ones, so be careful when you do it and make sure you get the proper one for your setup.
I want to tell the viewers right here. See this here? Very important. It's a very, very, very simple shifter. Been around for years. I still have the original shifter in my 67 Camaro, because what I do is every once in a while, about every year, I spray brake clean in there, and then I lube it up real good. I shift it back and forth. And because they have metal in there, metal to metal.
Right.
If you just let it go or it gets rusty in there, it's going to wear it out prematurely.
That's right.
And this is your stop. So once you adjust this is your stop, and boom.
Yep, very good. There's the 3 shifter arms Steve was talking about. Just can you see them? And again, here's something. They make thicker ones that would have been used with like trucks and some other stuff. So they're much thicker than these arms. So again, make sure your arms are right for your setup.
I say reverse,
The
First,
little
second,
one,
third,
yeah,
fourth.
yep, that's right. Now, I want to show you some things. So here are the original windshield wipers, and obviously you want to keep these. They're very high quality as opposed to replacing, but you'll notice there's paint and overspray on these. So you want to put new blades on it and see what Steve's doing here. Go ahead, Steve, tell them what you're using and what you're doing.
4/0 steel wool is the best. You can use this, don't use it on a body, okay? But use this for a stainless steel or windows, not on mirrors, but you can use it on windows for overspray. Put some
Real light, though.
Real light, yeah, but don't use it on any mirrors. But look how this comes out. Get a little bit of chrome polish, and you can do that.
See the difference?
Yeah, get a little bit of chrome polish.
Look, it come right off.
And Trico is the main name of these, Trico.
Look how it's coming right off.
Yeah, if you don't have Trico on there, then you don't have original ones on there.
Right.
You know, and I do not like seeing older cars with plastic on there, big plastic.
Oh, I hate it.
These are original stainless. Take this off, and you sit in front of the TV one night and all that, just kind of, a little bit here.
Yeah.
Sorry, honey, but I got to polish my chrome.
And then you can use chrome polish on them afterwards. Take your time. These are going to take a long time to clean. If you look close here, all the paint spray, and you want it all to look very nice. So it's really going to take a little while. Like Steve said, take the screw out here, take it apart so you can get into everything. So just doing that extra stuff, Steve.
Yeah. Well, when I do motorcycles, I do a lot of bikes. I use a brass brush, small one.
Yeah.
And then what I do is also wear gloves. I take lacquer and wipe it off too.
Yeah.
Wipe all this off with lacquer, and then you can clean it. It works good.
Just a couple things. Show them the springs in
springs.
here, and that's for this, so it holds it tight against the windshield once you sit it on the post. So, Steve, we're out of time, buddy.
Oh man, I could talk forever. On
Oh, I know. This is going to be an awesome car. Again, don't give us negative comments. It's a tribute car. I got a great deal on it, so I went with a 56. But as you can see, it looks similar to the car. It's a tribute. But it's going to be a sweet car with the engine, with the transmission. Oh, by the way, last thing, I did get a P code rear end for this car, which would have been the original GM Posse rear end from a 1957, which would have came in like a Corvette, or it could have came in a fuel injected Bel Air or something like that. So very rear end, but it's going to be all original and fits right under there.
And look what I found.
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly and Nick from Nature Coast Cruising. Awesome people, and we want everybody subscribe. Please subscribe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really important. We have over 1 million people.
Remember, remember, you can hit subscribe below, but remember there's also a link below to see where this started. And again, we'll do another video once it's completely done, take you for a drive, that kind of stuff. I also want to give a shout out to Tara at FloridaCarShows.com, all the car shows in Florida, FLACarshows.com, awesome. And the Rod Shop, who always help us out.
The Rod Shop, so for County Line Road in Hudson.
Yeah,
awesome
very good.
People.
Well, I'm Chip.
I'm Steve.
And this is Chip's Garage.